Hi guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be filming my winter TBR. Yes, it's now winter in Australia and I hate this season, I hate this weather. Although today isn't too bad actually, it's quite sunny, but it's still absolutely freezing. Probably not as cold as Europe or America does get when you guys have winter because you guys snow there, I'm pretty sure. But it's still absolutely freezing for me. This winter though, I decided to dedicate my time to reading really chunky books that I just want to get through my TBR because I've left them there for so long. And I think a lot of these I've actually talked about in previous TBR videos, but I've just never gotten around to them. But let's get right into it. So it's probably not going to come as a surprise, but I really do want to finish the third book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, and this is by George R.R. Martin. So the third book is actually split into two parts. You've got A Steel and Snow, which is part 1, and Blood and Gold, which is part 2, and the book is actually called A Storm of Swords. I don't know how much I remember from the first and second book because it has been a while, but I really want to get through these two because they are massive to read. Fingers crossed I do get through these. It's going to be a tough one. And following on with fantasy novels, I have two that I want to read as well. This one is YA fantasy, Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, and it's actually a series, so there are, I think, 2 or 3 more books out as well just to complete the series. And then this one here is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and this is a adult fiction, or yeah, adult fantasy fiction. I haven't peeled the sticker off yet. But I don't really know a whole lot about these two except for the fact that they are very popular on BookTube. I got them a while back and I just have never picked them up. This one has heaps of fans. Apparently it's very similar to an epic fantasy, and then this one here is your epic fantasy. I do love reading fantasy, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I do struggle though if it's adult fiction like this one and there's a lot going on. But I have really enjoyed all the fantasy novels that I've read, including Lord of the Rings. So hopefully I can get through these as well. And then I have 2 novels that I have picked up ages ago, and they're sort of centered around magic and magical realms. And these is The Palace of Curiosities by Rosie Garland and A Summer and Bird by Catherine Catmull. I've actually a quarter into this, but I definitely have to go back and reread it because I don't remember heaps about it. Essentially, 2 girls' mothers goes missing in the forest, and then they run into the forest to try and find her, but one of them actually holds a secret and the other one isn't sure what to do because she's lost her sister. And it's sort of this journey about trying to find themselves, trying to find their mother, and also about their heritage. It's very dark for I guess a modern day fairy tale, but I really do love the writing in this, and I definitely think it's something that's worth reading, so hopefully I can get through it. Palace of Curiosities is about how a mother hears a lion sigh and then afterwards her daughter is born, which sounds really interesting but also really confusing at the same time. But this is set in a circus setting where the girl who is born from the lion's sigh and this guy who is pulled from the River Thames is outcasted because they are different to society, and then they try to find what's going on with them, and I guess a friendship blossoms from there. I definitely need to read this because it has been sitting in my TBR pile for forever. I bought this probably 3 years ago, I think, so hopefully I like this one. And then if I want to be overly ambitious, I definitely have another series lined up, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get to this, but it's actually the Dan Brown series, The Da Vinci Code. So this one is Angels and Demons, which is the first one, Digital Fortress, Deception Point, and then you've got the Da Vinci Code, and I think I lent that to somebody so I don't have it at the moment. I know it's mystery sort of fantasy as well, set in a historical time frame in Rome. It's famous, it's definitely famous, everyone knows about it, the movie's out about it, but I've never actually read one of these, I've never seen the movie, so this is going to be a first time for me. It's adult fiction as well. I think I have a lot of adult fiction going on this month, but that's good. I need to go through my TBR pile of adult fiction. I'm kind of scared about this, but hopefully I enjoyed it at the same time. And then if miraculously I can actually finish all of those, I really want to at least make a dent in this one. This is The Mountain Shadows by Gregory David Roberts. If you guys didn't know, I have done a full review for the first book of this series. It's called Shantaram, and I loved it. I gave it a full 5 out of 5 stars because it's an amazing novel. It is adult fiction set in Bombay, India. This one I think is set across a couple of different countries. Absolutely amazing stories, very philosophical, very, you know, eye-opening, but also it's an adventurous tale where you are swept along with the main character. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. I think I have high expectations, but I probably shouldn't. It is a very thick read, so I don't know how far I'll get into this, but even if I can read like the first 100 pages, that'll be amazing, because it's been sitting on my bedside table forever and it's just looking at me like, you need to read me now. So yeah. Those are my winter reads for this year. If I had a fireplace, I would be sitting in front of there now reading through these, but I don't. Let me know which season it is in your country and what you are planning to read for, you know, the next 3 months or so. If you guys have read any of the books that I've mentioned, then leave a comment down below telling me which one was your favourite and what you thought about it. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a lovely day and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!